was born on the corner of West Ash and South Madrona in the back bedroom on July 7th, 1930. And I have lived in Brea my entire life so far.
Haven't moved out?
Haven't moved out. I moved 2 miles away from my birth home. Grandpa Russell came in 1912. He was a jeweler, watchmaker, and my grandmother had a music store. My father was just a young teenager, and he was free to roam the hills, which he loved, and he managed to catch a little bobcat and tamed it, named it Stutz, and my grandmother did not like that little cat because it would sleep on the counter of her music store and scare all her customers. So Daddy had to give that little kitty away.
Came to Brea out of the Ozarks of Arkansas with my family in 1938. My dad looking for a better life because he's just a poor farmer. And with that 32 Chevy sedan were myself, 2 younger brothers, an older half-brother, and my mother and father. And it was kind of an interesting trip because you could see we were packed in there. It wasn't exactly grapes of wrath, but it was pretty crowded.
Just a small, very friendly town. All the merchants knew who you were, and you go in shopping, and if you didn't happen to have enough money, they'd say, bring it next time. They had an airplane air watch thing on top of the high school.
Right.
My dad was part of that, and I think one night a week he had to go and stay there. There were 2 or 3 of them at a time. And
You're talking about plane spotters, correct?
plane spotters. And we had blackout curtains. And it seems to me like there was a siren, and then you had to put your blackout curtains up and turn off lights in different rooms. We had ours, so it was just in the living room, which had 2 windows facing west and windows all the way across the room facing east. So we had those with black drapes. And, you know, it just was, life goes on. And then we bought our little home on Orange Street and stayed there. And we had it paid off when we moved in
1960.
in 10 years. 9 years we had it paid for.
Payments were $45 a month.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a 2-bedroom, and we had 4 kids by then. And we moved to the home we're at now on Elm Street and had another child. So we ended up with 5, 3 daughters and 2 sons.
By the mid-60s, they were making a big push. Girls weren't encouraged in science too much. It was a guy thing. And so I was not that way because remember I had 3 daughters. So I had a model rocket club that I started in the mid-60s. The second one in the state. It took me a year to get a permit from the city council, the school board, the fire marshal. And I was launching model rockets off. We have pictures there on the junior high playground. I had a young lady in that class, Catherine Pittman. I can see her in my mind today. Little redhead, freckles and braces. And she was my example of females getting back in science. She went on to be a doctor, da-da-da-da-da-da. I got my pilot's license in 1980 or 81. I'd take my kids flying from my classroom because I love to do it. And it became an interest thing to these kids, these 12, 13, 14. I'd take them flying and let them fly the airplane.